Here's my tier list as a Celestial 1 Vanguard main, and I'll explain my reasoning for all of them. Magneto's damage now makes it so much more consistent to left click, right click, left click to get a free pick. He can almost take out anybody that isn't a Vanguard in the game. So Mag is in a really good spot right now. Disgusting. I'm going to put him as the very best tank at this moment. One of, this is for high rank, one of the best tanks in the game right now, by far. His survivability is alt good, especially if you damage boost it. It can like literally take out everyone. It's actually one of the unique things you could do with a rocket boost is you can just sweep people with Venom ult. So I think Venom's in a really, really, really good spot. Yeah, I'm going to put Groot right in front of Venom because I think Groot, he only got buffed. I don't know why he got buffed. Him having the extra wall distance, Groot having the extra wall distance is insane, dude. Like, and it still has, they really haven't done much to shut down his combo with Namor and with Moon Knight. It burns through support ultimates. So it's like, if you have a decent Groot, you don't even need to be good with Groot, and you see any sort of alt opening, it's a team wipe guaranteed. That doesn't require a ton of skill, so I have to put him at the top. His wall extended range is even better, especially into things like now that the Thing and Hulk are getting more, Thor are getting more play. Like Groot shuts them down immensely, and that's why I can't put them into S. But I'll talk about them. I do think Venom is definitely S. These two are interchangeable. I still think Mag's the best. Almost want to put into A, and this is getting crazy with the amount of A and S, but I truly do believe all the tanks are in a pretty good spot right now. I think that the Thing and Thor are A tier interchangeable Vanguards. I personally am working on getting Thing Lord. I have him at like 52% win rate in Celestial 1. It's tough right now getting wins and losses in that elo. Everybody's grinding. It seems very 50-50 right now. I need more games. That win rate will skyrocket over time, but he's good, man. He just really struggles into things like the Groot comp. The Groot comp just destroys him. Groot comp absolutely destroys him. I do think that Groot is S right now simply because of the team up. I think his team wide potential is way too strong, dude. Like, there is no other ultimate combo that you can use two ultimates to take out an entire team guaranteed like you can with Groot in either Namor or Moon Knight. So I think I have to keep Groot in S. And his buff, I don't know why they did it. It's really, really good. Cap, Hulk, and Venom are all in such a good state right now in terms of just dive being so strong with the buffs. I'm doing S, S minus, and A because honestly, these guys are all going to be played at the top levels super consistently. I think that these dive tanks are in such a good state right now. If you have a dive comp, they dominate. Banning Namor out and running stuff like this is disgusting. And there's very few pennies that can be played at a level to shut them down, but Penny doesn't even really play anti-dive anymore. She plays off-angle shutdown. Penny, still B, but, I talk about this all the time. I still reference this. We played the number 7 in the world who's a Penny main. And just the things you can do with Penny and your understanding and, like really denying off angles and then the team just being unable to focus you without sacrificing somebody if your placement of your mind spawn is right. And if you understand mind location and webbing, like, you really can dominate a game with Penny, but I still think I rarely see one that can pull it off. And everyone thinks that Penny still played like anti-dive, but she's really not anymore, man. Those mind spawners get destroyed. You can't just put it down and have your defense run on it and stay alive. Like, she's just off-angle shutdown. She's essentially a DPS. If you're running Penny, the comp that I saw that was running her, the number 7 in the world was playing her as a DPS. They had 2 tanks and a Penny. Strange's portals themselves make him so he'll never get out of high elo like placement. I do think that he struggles more into the new playing the Thing. Thing does a good job into Strange, honestly, like a really good job. He's actually a pretty good counter for Strange, and Strange just got shut down by Invisible Woman too. So the reason I'm putting him at the end of S, even though he's one of my, I was a top 20 Strange at one point, top 20 Strange in season 0, and then I put a stupid amount of hours into Strange. But they've just been slowly making Strange's life harder. Invisible Woman being able to shut down his ultimate, and now the Thing being able to be unable to be hit by his ultimate and then mess him up while he's ulting. Like, the amount of times I'm playing Thing and I just use my Yancey Street charge when Strange is ulting and then I just punch him in the face 400 times so he can't take out anybody is huge. And like, Strange just keeps getting destroyed by these new heroes. Although they have value, just really aren't performing at the top level. I rarely, guys, have seen... And this is just, and I'll explain why in a second. I rarely have seen Thor's and I play a lot of Thing, and like I can pop off and carry games as Thing, but to be honest, the DPS level right now, especially with Hela and what they've done to her, these guys get waxed. It's like 4 headies to drop a tank now, and at this level, the Helas like that are at these ranks with me, they take advantage of that. They don't miss. How does Invisible Woman shut down Strange? Every time Strange is about to ult, she will push him a mile away. Check out my Invisible Woman ult. At the high levels, they don't miss that. They know Strange is about to ult, they hold their push, and they just shove him a mile every time he's about to ult. So here's my one-liners for everybody. Magneto, best tank in the game right now. Pretty much going to be played consistently across the board. He's great for main tank, solo tank. He does a good job with dive comps for anchoring position and giving shield to dive. Groot's buff was unnecessary. He's disgusting. They did nothing to stop the fact that Groot can be comboed with Namor and Moon Knight and completely wipe lobbies. For 2 ultimates, you can guarantee a team wipe through a support ultimate. Nothing else can stop that now. It would almost, for me, it would be better if, like, let's say, Invis, when she ults, it makes it so Namor's ult doesn't go through the Invis or something. Something to stop that from taking out every team every time. And at the top level, it's really not that hard to get an ult with Groot. When his shield goes down, you throw a Groot ult on the ground within 10 meters of anyone, and they all get pulled to it. Just connect it with a wall, connect it on the ground, and then your Namor has 5 seconds to go plant his ult right on top of it and take out people through support ultimates. Cap got a buff. He's really, really strong, dude. Cap's in a really difficult position to counter if you ban Namor and you don't play Loki or something to really protect. Like, Cap struggles with a Loki dive because Loki can protect the backline and honestly put a lot of pressure with his clones into Cap. Cap struggles to stop that. But without it, Cap is impossible to handle. Super hard to handle. They need to add more anti-dive. And, like, I think the Thing does an all right job, but Cap has so much movement, and the Thing's lockdown doesn't do that much to stop Cap because he just has so much movement. Hulk hasn't been changed. He's still in a great spot. Iron Man's in a really good spot right now. People don't see it. People think Iron Man's, like, washed. I've seen some Iron Mans now up in these ranks that are actually insane because you don't even need the Hulk team up. His right click just does so much damage. And if you're good with his ultimate, you can shut down support ults. Mantis and Loki. Yeah, Mantis is good into Cap too, for sure. But you need to make that change to handle Cap. You need to have a Mantis or Loki to handle Cap. Hulk is still S, but he's, like, bounceable. Maybe I'll do this. I'm going to put Hulk is still S, but he, he struggles in the similar situations as Cap into like a Loki counter. But he struggles into heavy damage. That's very viable with poke right now, but he does a good job diving. He's still super strong. Venom's buff was crazy. Venom is, if you play Venom right and you really play around your cooldowns properly, Venom is virtually un-KOable. And his ult with a rocket boost or a Luna boost can take out anyone in the game. And dive is insane right now. Similar things to struggle with on the dive. You just ban Namor and these two become so much better, dude. Same with Hulk, like, it's just insane. Strange has been getting shadow nerfed every single patch. They dropped his HP too, so he's slowly falling down the tier list. My most played tank, I was a top 20 Strange at one point. Invis messes him up with the push now every time he ults. At the high levels, they won't miss that. They're going to be ready for it. You have to really wait until they use it, and then you can use it. But if they're patient, you can never ult. And now, things like Thing play really good into Strange. Strange struggles with the Thing. Yancey Street charges through his ultimate, so you just destroy Strange. Your job on the Thing is to punch Strange in the face 24/7 when he's about to ult. Yancey Street charge through the ult so you don't get stunned. Land on him and punch him 4 more times and don't allow him to fight your team. Thor is very similar to the Thing. Buffs Storm, but his buff to Storm really isn't that big of a deal. Very similar play style. I would just argue now that they both just struggle. The reason I have them in A, they both just struggle into heavy poke. They're good to, they're good brawl, which helps against dive, but heavy poke and Hela being as strong as she is right now, like, these guys are just meat shields. Like, they just get destroyed, dude. They get destroyed. It's tough. It's really tough. And, like, dude, so many DPS are in such a good state right now. I put Penny down in B. We played the number 7 player in the world who was a Penny main. Changed my mind on how Penny can be really good if you're good with her. She's no longer a tank. She's a DPS. When you play her at a high level, you should play her with 2 other tanks still. And your only job with Penny is to go at it off angle, put your mines in an unlookable spot, own that angle, don't allow anyone to take it, and then constantly be annoying with mines. And, like, make it so the enemy can't press you without losing a ton of resources, which is what happens when you play against really good Pennies. Like, there's some certain spots and certain maps that her mines are unviewable and they own super important areas.